Lamar better than Vic? Yes. I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Michael
Larry
Vick.
Bird never had a bad season.
Lamar Chase is going to have 15 touchdowns.
He may still be the best player in the world. Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast, man. Look, man, I don't know how I feel about this, man. We kind of in that in between, man. Shout out to all the loyals that joined the chat. I appreciate y'all. I know I took a little bit longer than anticipated to join up, but I had to do what I had to do, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the stream, man. All the loyals on YouTube as well. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Diesel, what's popping, man? How you feeling, man? We got some playoff predictions. Look, this is a bittersweet time right now for the NFL. Sweet because we got the playoffs. This is the best version of football we gonna get. Best version, no doubt about it. Bitter because the last game of the season was played on Sunday, and after these playoffs, we gotta wait a whole nother child to be born before we get some NFL action again. So let's salivate and let's savor this moment because, man, it's the NFL season goes by so quick, man, and I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it. Like it's crazy. Windy City say bear down. Hey, maybe next year. Maybe next year they'll be in this bracket, man. Maybe next year. But as of right now, y'all see the teams we got up here. It's going to be a very, very interesting playoffs. Now, the notion has been, before we get into it, right, the notion has been, hey, Tom Brady is going to have such an easy road through the NFC. Look at the difference in quarterback play from both sides of this bracket, right? In the AFC, we got the best quarterbacks in the league. Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, we got the best quarterback. It's supposed to be Tua and Lamar, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. You got the best quarterbacks in the league on the right side of this bracket. And then you got the NFC, right? The reason why people say Brady has a free pass is you got to look at the quarterback situation here. Who's a real legitimate threat, quote unquote, to Tom Brady, right? So he slides in with one game above 500, and everybody's going bonkers thinking Tampa Bay is going to have a free run to the Super Bowl. I disagree with that. But, I mean, I kind of do agree with the quarterback notion. If you look at it, you got who's the best quarterback in the NFC, the best competition to Tom Brady in the NFC. You got Dak Prescott. You got Danny Jones. You got Kirk Cousins, Geno Smith, and Brock Purdy. Like, outside of Jalen Hurts, that's the competition you got in the NFC compared to the AFC. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be rowdy, and I think it's gonna be you guys are gonna be interested in the way that I decide to go with this bracket because it's not gonna be in the traditional fashion. Last season, I was only one pick away from having a perfect bracket. Last season, I was one pick away from having a perfect bracket, and now we sitting here X amount of months later, ready to do this thing all over again. So, without further ado, y'all already know this podcast is sponsored by Prize Picks. If you into that parlay, if you into betting, if you into gambling, right here above my head is the link to Prize Picks. It's a parlay app. You could select up to 5 to 6 parlays. If you deposit $100, up to $100, they will match your deposit. So make sure you guys go download the Prize Picks app, use my promo code OG17, and they will match your first deposit. It's a deal you can't beat. I love Prize Picks simply because it keeps you tamed. FanDuel will sell you a dream of how you think you could win a 38-leg parlay. Prize Picks ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and download Prize Picks. Use my promo code OG17. And they'll match your first deposit. It's a deal you can't miss. You can't miss out on. What's going on, Logan, man? How you feeling? Dallas over Tampa? What you think? We going to get into that. I just hit on Prize Picks. There it go. Astronaut says he just hit on Prize Picks. I've been on a little high streak, low. I hit like 4 out of my last 6 on Prize Picks. So I've been doing decent. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon and giving away some betting advice as well if you guys would like that. Who do you think should win 6 POY? What, six man of the year, you asking? 6 man of the year might go to Westbrook. Christian Wood is a good option. Westbrook. We'll see how Malcolm Brogdon plays for the remainder of the season, but that's neither here nor there, though. Jakob Poeltl for Garland. Can't do that, buddy. Can't do that, KB. No, we're not going. 40 will let you hit 1,000. Can't beat that. You can't beat that, man, especially like a 3-4 leg parlay. You can't beat that with Prize Picks, man. So go ahead, download the app. Use my promo code OG17, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. I mean, it's free money. It's free money. I don't know why anybody would not want to take me up on that offer. It's a great offer. I got everybody using it. My girl's even using Prize Picks. She hit on it. It's so easy to hit on Prize Picks. Like you missing out if you really not on Prize Picks. Like it's a sweet lick. They not gonna sell you no dream. I be on FanDuel 40 trying to put together a 40 leg parlay to make $100,000, and I lose in the first hour. Like FanDuel will sell you a dream, man. Prize Picks ain't like that. You think Bobby Portis is up there? He averaged a double-double. He's definitely up there into consideration. Bobby Portis actually might be leading. NFL do go by real fast. Man, then you got to wait a whole damn baby for the NFL season to return, right? So ends in February, comes back in what, August, September? It's damn near 7-8 months. But let's get into this list, man. Let's start with this left side, right? This NFC playoff bracket. I'm not even going to start at the top. I'm going to start at the middle, right? We got the Giants versus the Vikings, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the Giants did beat the Vikings, or if they did, they lost. It was a 3-point game, ass clincher, right? Tight game, right? But I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't even know how the New York Giants are sitting here in this particular seat in the playoffs, even though albeit they're the 6th seed, but they sitting here competing for the Super Bowl. The Giants, right? Middle of the pack offensively. Not that good of an offensive line. Middle of the pack defensively. No weapons on offense outside of Saquon Barkley. But the only constant is the sideline. And when I can't point to an individual on the field, which is why they have been successful as of late, if I can't point to a reason or somebody in between the lines, I'm going to go outside of the lines. Brian Daboll. And frankly, in this game, Kirk Cousins, y'all know how I feel about him. In this game, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Giants versus the Vikings, I feel like Brian Daboll's impact on this game will be more valued than Kirk Cousins' impact on this game. And it's crazy to say somebody that's not even playing will have more value on this game than somebody that's behind center playing the most important position in the league. I think Brian Daboll's value and impact will be more and better than Kirk Cousins from the sideline than his is under center. So with that being said, I'm taking the Giants to beat the Minnesota Vikings in an upset, right? Now we got Dallas versus Tampa Bay. Giants all day, can't trust the lead with the Vikings. Not even a lead. I just can't trust the Vikings in general. All the talent that they got, we love Jets. We love all of these guys that they got. I knew you were gonna have the Giants upsetting the Vikings. Look, it's just what it is, man. I do not trust Kirk Cousins in primetime games. It's a big game, big game. As talented as they are, pass-heavy offense, Kirk Cousins is honestly having one of the best seasons of his career. Jets is as well in his second, third year in the league. It doesn't even matter what Adam Thielen is producing for you. Jay Jets is all you need. Dalvin Cook, he's been solid as of late. I just don't trust Kirk Cousins, and I think that's what it's going to boil down to. Danny Dimes versus Kirk Cousins, and I can't put my finger on the success of the Giants. So I'm giving all the credit to Brian Daboll. He's got this unit moving differently. And I think they're going to upset Minnesota. It's extremely possible, right? So let's shoot up the Dallas versus Tampa Bay. Seeing this clip that I'm sure everybody else has seen. These guys are sitting on the sideline. Mike Evans, Blaine Gabbert, I think, is the backup. Tom Brady having a conversation. Mike Evans leans over. He says, "Hey, Tom, you beat the Cowboys 6 times, right?" Like, yeah. Like, Tom Brady knew the stat already. He knew it already. Like, he didn't even think about it. Like, he knows this shit. Like, yeah, I beat him. What do the Dallas Cowboys have to offer when it comes to the quarterback position? Dak Prescott has been extremely inconsistent. They don't have an identity like they did his rookie season, where it was run the ball, utilize the play action. They have two dynamic running backs on the offensive side. CeeDee Lamb has been great as of late. Like what I'm seeing from him, he's stepping into his own and becoming a true number one wide receiver. Michael Gallup, I thought he would be better than he turned out to be, actually. But it is what it is. So we're not even going to stick to it. We're just going to get through it, right? I got Tampa Bay beating the Dallas Cowboys. What's understood don't need to be explained. Third game, we got the Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not even finna waste no time here. What's understood don't need to be explained. San Francisco might be the most complete team in the league if we're talking about offensively, defensively, special teams, and coaching. They don't lack on any aspect. They got Pro Bowlers on all three levels on the defensive side of the ball. They have the defensive player of the year on the blitzing the quarterback, coming after your quarterback. They have arguably the best offensive line in the league, led by a very, very competent quarterback who doesn't make mistakes. One of the best, if not the best, running back in the league. Brandon Ayuk is arguably top 5, top 7 route runner in the league. I mean, this team is stout, even without what can you say bad about San Francisco? It's going to be very, very tough to beat this team. So I got San Francisco coming out on top against Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. Great run by the Seahawks, though, because nobody saw this coming. Let's be honest. Nobody could say they saw the Seahawks coming this year outside of Washington, man. I don't care. I don't care what you say. If you don't live in Washington, you didn't see the Seattle Seahawks coming the way that they did this season. Nobody saw that. Dak throws 2 picks a game. If he limits those turnovers, the Cowboys should win. Yeah, it's very possible. You taking Purdy over Jimmy, that's a decision that they're going to have to make in this offseason, man, because Brock Purdy, man, he's younger. He's poised. They still got Trey Lance, my boy from North Dakota State. So we still got to see what's going on with that. Is he going to be ready to play next year? Are they going to have a quarterback competition? Are they going to sell one of these guys? Because they could potentially get some picks from him. How about them Cowboys? Whoa, G. Yeah, it's like that. Is there any possible chance that Seattle Seahawks can win? The only way that I can see the Seahawks winning is if Geno Smith has the game of his life, because they can't play the time of possession game with San Fran. The defense is too tough. So the only way that I can see the Seattle Seahawks winning this game is if they apply pressure offensively and force Brock Purdy to beat you instead of relying on his running game and relying on his defense to get you off the field on third down. That is the only way I can see Seattle winning this game. You have to have Geno throwing this ball 30, 40, maybe even 50 times in this game and scoring a shit ton of points on offense to put pressure on Brock Purdy and make Shanahan dial up some passing plays instead of relying on his running game and his defense. That's the only way. If that doesn't happen, you can kiss the baby. This game could be over at half. If Geno comes out here and he's struggling, game's going to be over with real quick. Real quick. It's the best defense in the league. So what's the chances of that happening? Slim to none. But that's the only way I could see the Seahawks having a chance in this game. Or Purdy throws interceptions. Purdy doesn't make mistakes, man. That's the thing. He doesn't make mistakes. He's very cautious with the ball. Shanahan puts him in position, the perfect position to succeed, and he doesn't have to be the man. They lean on that running game. They lean on that offensive line, and they lean on that defense. He doesn't have to be Superman. In order for the Seahawks to have a shot in this game, Geno Smith has to be Superman, point blank. Okay, let's move on. We got Giants versus the Eagles. Everybody's been saying we've been having an easy schedule all year long. Why not make it even easier by facing the 6th seed in the playoffs, right? A team with no identity. We don't know who the hell the Giants are. All I know is Brian Daboll. But let's be honest. Jalen Hurts is not a choke artist. Neither is his defense. First time in NFL history, 4 guys on the defensive line had double-digit sacks. I'm taking my ferocious Philadelphia Eagles squad. There's nothing anybody is going to be able to do with my squad, and that's word to my super. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles in a competitive game in the first half, but I think we have a big third quarter, and we break away from this one, right? Hurts is playing. Yeah, Hurts played last week. Hurts is healthy. And then the offense has to score in like the last 2 times. We ain't got to worry about our offense. If you're talking about the Eagles, we going to score. We averaged 30 points a game this year. We going to score, right? And we got Tampa Bay versus San Francisco. Now, I really, really, really had to think and ponder about this game because I didn't know which way I wanted to go. Tom Brady versus this vaunted defense in San Francisco, right? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized Brady isn't Brady from last year or the year before that. He's not the same guy. Can he hold up through the entirety of the playoffs? Can he be as consistent as he was against Carolina? Because I'm going to tell you like this. Ain't no defenses in these playoffs as bad as that Carolina Panthers defense that Mike Evans came out here and put up 3,000 yards on. Don't book that. What y'all seen in the fantasy championship game, do not book that for Mike Evans this week. San Francisco is tough. And that's who I'm taking to take out the GOAT, Tom Brady. It's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a good game. But I got San Francisco taking out Tom Brady, man. It's just for my NFC championship game to be Eagles versus San Francisco now. I said all of that to say this. When the Eagles play talented outside rushers, right? Guys that can get to the quarterback at an elite level on the outside. We tend to do something different than other teams do. We put them in a position to play pick and choose. That's what we do. So I assume that we're going to do the same thing for Nick Bosa in this game. When we faced Micah Parsons, we did the same thing. You know what we did? We didn't guard him. We made him the guy that we picked on in this RPO situation. If he overcommitted to Jalen Hurts, we handed off to Miles Sanders. He overcommits to Miles Sanders, we handed off to we let Jalen Hurts take off with the football. If A.J. Brown beats the corner in a one-on-one, we're throwing the ball to A.J. Brown. Like, this run-pass option is really crazy, and it confuses the hell out of defensive ends. And I believe coming into this game, if this is the matchup that we have to see, which I think it will, we are going to pick on Nick Bosa and make him obsolete in this game, just like we did Micah Parsons when we played him. So I'm definitely going to have to roll with my Eagles here to go to the Super Bowl for the second time in, 6 years? Call me biased if you want. I don't give a damn. But you can't sit up here and tell me that y'all can't legitimately see this happening. I'm not tripping. Don't tell me I'm tripping. Sit here and tell me you can't legitimately see this happening. This has nothing to do with bias. I'm not tripping, right? Real talk. Don't tell me you can't see this happening, man. All right, let's get through this AFC side. We got Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been playing outside of his mind this year, especially towards the second half of the season. I love what Doug Peterson brought to this team. The addition of Doug Peterson and all the additions that they made. Evan Ingram, people scoffed at him. My man Max, Fantasy Football AZ, he got assassinated by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They posted a video. He got murdered by the Jacksonville. I said, damn. I had to reach out to my man to make sure he was straight. But Christian Kirk, phenomenal player. Wasn't sure if he was a true number one, but he had a solid season this season. Who else they got? Evan Ingram. They signed Evan Ingram. They traded James Robinson to make Travis Etienne the guy. And if Etienne can stay healthy, even though he's a bit frail to me to be an every down back, but if Etienne can stay healthy, he could be the next Alvin Kamara, like a faster version of Alvin Kamara. That's what I could see. Eagles ain't making it that far. Okay, y'all, let's see. If Jalen Hurts can find Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert avoiding turnovers, and y'all establish an RPO game versus Fred Warner, y'all definitely have a great chance to win. I like that honesty, man. Logan, I like that honesty, man. I appreciate that, bro. But as far as this game here, I think this one's also going to be a nail-biter. Most of these games are going to be nail-biters, man, but I'm going to have to go with Justin Herbert. I think he finally gets over the hump and gets his first playoff win, and we can get off his back about not being a winner, right? Cincinnati versus Baltimore. What's understood don't need to be explained. Lamar Jackson is not playing in this game because if Lamar Jackson is playing in this game, it makes a big difference. Don't know if they still win, but it gives them a great opportunity to win with one of the best quarterbacks in the league under center. He's playing the contract game. He's not going to be showing up. It will be the Huntley show, and I don't believe in Huntley. He played better last year when he had an opportunity versus that. So give me these Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. No doubt about it. Like, real talk, no doubt about it. And honestly, the same thing applies for this Buffalo-Miami game. No Tua Tagovailoa, no Teddy Bridgewater. Skylar Thompson is the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Y'all will lose by a mile. Josh Allen will be sitting on the sideline with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Watch what I tell you. Josh Allen will be sitting on the sideline, helmet off, 8 minutes left in the third quarter in this game. It's gonna be GG's quick, fast. What's understood don't need to be explained. Now, this is the matchup we all want to see. Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, Patrick Mahomes versus Justin Herbert. By this time, if they can skate past the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mike Williams should be healthy as healthy could be when it comes to playing this Kansas City Chiefs team. The defense has been terrible, but that offense has a multitude of weapons, including one by the name of Austin Eckler. He's a big gun in this league. Man had like 18, 19 touchdowns this season. I don't know how he got snubbed out of the Pro Bowl. How the hell did Austin Eckler not make the Pro Bowl is beyond me. It's crazy. But to me, he's one of the best running backs in the league. Justin Herbert has a legit opportunity to prove that he can beat the best quarterback in the league, and that can very much bode well for his top 5 conversation. But if you leave it to Beaver, me being a Beaver, I'm definitely going with my main man, Patrick Mahomes. It's just hard for me to pick against Patrick Mahomes. I don't see anybody messing with this dude in the league, no matter what type of talent he has around him. Him and Travis Kelce been clicking all season long. I have no reason to believe in that this defense of the LA Chargers won't get destroyed by Patty Mahomes. I'm talking 300, 400, 500 yards passing through the air by Patrick Mahomes. I think he's out for blood to make a statement this season because a lot of people doubted the Kansas City Chiefs, right? A lot of people said they wouldn't be as successful as they were with Tyreek Hill. A lot of people said Tyreek Hill wouldn't be as successful as he was without Patrick Mahomes. So both of those guys proved a lot of naysayers wrong, and I think Kansas City will continue to do so with a win over the LA Chargers. It's not gonna happen, but I want the Dolphins to win, no doubt, man. I was rooting for the Dolphins. I was rooting for Tua. I was rooting for Jalen Waddle and these boys. I wanted to see them succeed, but unfortunately, I think Tua just probably needs to. If Tua gets Tua's one concussion away from retirement. Like if Tua were to get one more concussion, he needs to get the hell on up out of there. That's just point blank. Period. Yeah, Derwin James, dog. Joey Bosa, dog. All right, so we got the divisional game. We got Bengals versus Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills might be the second best or most well-rounded team, if not the first. They're in competition with San Francisco and the Philadelphia Eagles in these playoffs as the most well-rounded teams, right? Got a top 5 quarterback in Josh Allen. You got everything you need on all 3 levels defensively, a top 3 defense in the league. You got Devin Singletary and James Cook has been coming into their own right. These young running backs. The offensive line is protecting Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs is still one of the best wide receivers in the league, and watch out for Playoff Gabe. Playoff Gabe come out of nowhere, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns in these games, man. It's tough, right? But y'all know how I feel about my LSU boys, man. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, they going to do it to them Buffalo Bills, man. Watch what I tell you. They going to do it to them Buffalo Bills, man. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals in a 3-point game beating the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals taking out the Buffalo Bills. I think this the Bengals year, man. I think this is the Bengals year. We got Bengals versus Kansas City in the conference championship game. Which way do you go with this game? Patrick Mahomes versus Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce. It's tough, right? It's tough to choose which way you want to go in this game. Neither one of these defenses are defenses that I look at and say, this could be the reason why one of these teams lose. I think this is just going to be a straight shootout. But guess what? Pick up the phone, and Joe Burrow's making a phone call. And you know what he's calling? He's calling Patrick Mahomes because he has his number. He's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes, and I see that continuing in this game as well. It's just something about Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes that Mahomes does not like. Mahomes does not want to see Joe Burrow in this situation. Trust me, Daddy. He does not want to see Joe Burrow in this game. If this happens, look, go on Google and type in who's Patrick Mahomes' father. It's going to be a picture of Joey Burrow. I'm telling you. He got his number on speed dial. He's going 4-0 against Patrick Mahomes, and he's headed to the Super Bowl again. Shout out to Joe Burrow. All roads lead to the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl, according to my predictions. If everything goes as I have it slated out, this is going to be one hell of a game, right? One of the greatest Super Bowls I've ever seen was when we won it in 2017. Not even because we won it, but just because that Super Bowl had me on my feet the entire game. It was like damn near 1,000 yards worth of passing in that game. It was a whole lot of offense. And for it to be as much offense as it was, it came down to one defensive play to win that game, right? I think this game is going to be similar to that. I think it's going to be a whole lot of offense, right, on both sides of the ball, and it's going to come down to one defensive play to win this game in convincing fashion, and it's going to come from my boys. The Philadelphia Eagles will be the Super Bowl champs. You know I'm going to say the Eagles, man. Come on now. You know I'm going to say the Eagles, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. Y'all already know, man. Come on now. You already know. But if you're looking at this right here, right, my recap for the playoffs, right, I got the Giants beating Minnesota. I got Tampa Bay beating Dallas. I got San Fran beating the Seahawks. I got the Eagles beating the Giants. I got Tampa losing to San Francisco. I got Eagles in San Francisco in the NFC Championship game with the Eagles coming out on top. I got the Chargers beating T-Law and them boys. Great year for them, though. I got Cincinnati mopping the floor with Baltimore, and I got Buffalo beating Miami without their quarterback. All right? Then I got Kansas City beating the Chargers. I got the Bengals beating Buffalo to force an AFC Championship game that looks like Kansas City versus the Bengals. I got the Bengals beating Kansas City because he has Patrick Mahomes' number on speed dial. And I got my Philadelphia Eagles pulling it out against the Cincinnati Bengals to become Super Bowl champs. Read them in wheat, man. This is no bias involved. This is just what I believe will happen. We've been playing outstanding football all season long. There's no reason why this wouldn't continue in the playoffs. So let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know what you guys think. Unfortunately, I got the Bengals. I'm a Seahawks fan, but the Bengals got such a great team. Yeah, no doubt. Joey B, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. No doubt, man. No doubt, man. If the Bengals win, I do this game possibly going – you meant to say? You see this game possibly going to OT? Yeah, it's no doubt. Any one of these games in the playoffs outside of this Buffalo game in the first round and the Cincinnati game in the first round and the San Francisco game in the first round, I could see going in overtime because these teams are just that damn good. Like, no doubt. Giants ain't making it further than the Cowboys, and the Bengals versus San Francisco will be in the Super Bowl. It's interesting. I would love to see who you guys got in the Super Bowl and what's your Super Bowl matchups. Let me know down in the comments who you guys got in the Super Bowl, who you guys think will be representing. Like, no bias. Like, I would love to hear you guys' take on who you got and why. Playoffs is going to be cracking. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be something worth watching. I love every bit of it. But I'm going to get the hell on up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys joining the show. Y'all know I love doing shit like this, chopping it up with you guys every chance I get. Like I said, man, this podcast is sponsored by Prize Picks. Use my promo code OG17 and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Go make you some money on these parlays. It's too good of a opportunity to pass up. But I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. This year's interesting hot take, Brock Purdy chokes and the Seahawks win. That's crazy. But I don't think Brock Purdy will be put in a position to choke. I think he's going to be sitting back and just watching the game go by. He's going to be doing a lot of handing the ball off to CMC and a lot of screens to George Kittle, a lot of screens and short passes to Brandon Ayuk. He will not be put in a position to where he has to carry the load. Believe that. The only way that happens is if Geno Smith forces the issue and he comes out here hot and scores the first 14 points and the Seahawks get a stop on the other end and they score again. Like, that's the only way I can see that happening. But I got to get on up out of here. I'm finna go eat me some dinner, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming out, man. W Stream, I love each and every one of you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. OG out. What's up, y'all? OG the Beast here, and I appreciate you tapping into the Sports Behavior Podcast. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. But if you want to stay connected with me, go ahead and drop me a follow on each and every one of these socials. That's how you stay locked in, man. I appreciate y'all stopping in. We talk football. We talk basketball here. And once again, you are greatly appreciated for stopping by. OG out.